I'll have a download link in the description below in case you guys want to check that out. But anyways, once you're here, if you don't see a black rectangle like the one I'm showing you guys right now, right click your screen and hit enable preview. So maybe yours looks like this, so just right click it, enable preview, and it should look similar to mine. So now that we have OBS open, the first thing that I want to do is rename the default scene to like something like screen recording, just so it's easier for me to categorize. This is going to be a basic OBS guide, but in case you do need different settings for different reasons, scenes can be incredibly useful. You can have one for like a normal desktop recording, one for playing games with the face cam, and a bunch of other things. But anyways, I'm just going to rename this one to screen recording by right clicking it, hit rename, and then I can just type in a new name. So once you type in the new name and hit enter, you should be good to go. Now if I actually want to record my screen, all I have to do is click the plus button right here under the sources box when I'm selected on this scene or the current scene that I want to actually edit. From there I just have to go to display capture, click OK right here, and then from here I can pick my monitor in case I do have more than one monitor, which in my situation I do. There's a pretty good chance that most of you guys only have one showing up right here, so that should be good to go. So make sure you're selected on that, and if you have this selected, then that means that whoever's watching your video will be able to see like the little cursor or the mouse on your screen. So I do like to keep that checked, and then I hit OK. And as you guys can see, we will have like an Inception style thing on our screen. So anyways, it does look pretty trippy at times if you do move it around or something like that, but I think it looks pretty cool too. But anyways, back to the video. So of course I did pick display capture for my source because I wanted to record my screen, but feel free to click the plus button and do like a game capture or like a video capture to use your webcam or really anything else on here. And one thing I do want to say is sometimes if you use game capture and you're recording like a Steam game or something, there's a pretty good chance that like your screen might just come out black in the final recording. So if that's the case, then just stop using game capture and only use display capture. It basically does the same thing, and there's almost never any errors with it, so that's why I like using it. But anyways, from here let's head over to the settings. So go here, click settings, and you should be good to go. So the first tab that you're going to be put into is going to be the general tab, and from here you can basically just change your theme if you'd like to, but I'm going to leave mine on default. However, the dark one does look pretty cool, but just for the video purposes I'm just going to leave mine on default. From there we can move on to output, and yeah, we're going to be skipping the stream tab, but if you guys do want me to make a video on that, then please let me know in the comment section below and I can make a best OBS streaming guide for 2018. But anyways, once we're here, what you want to do is change the output mode from simple to advanced, and then head over to the recording tab. So this is where we're going to get into good stuff. So go ahead and leave your group on standard, you don't change anything over there, but what we do want to do is change our recording path. So this is part of this video, so be sure to pay attention. So I like to save my recordings to my secondary hard drive so it doesn't clutter up space on my main one, but for the purpose of this video I'm just going to go ahead and click browse right here, and I'm just going to go to my desktop and create a new folder, and I'm not even going to give it a name. I'm just going to make a new folder. Actually sure, I'll just name it videos. So now that I named it videos, I just have to hit enter, then I'm going to double click on the folder, and then from there just hit select folder. So as you guys can see, a new folder has been made on my desktop called videos, and it is a blank folder, there's nothing inside of it, but basically setting this path means that every video we record on OBS is going to get saved to this folder in case you want to watch it back later or upload it to YouTube or maybe even edit it. So of course I do have it on my desktop just for the tutorial, but ideally you would probably put it on like a videos folder in your documents or something like that. The next thing, which is incredibly important, is to change your recording format to MP4 from FLV, unless you do know what you're doing and think you might need something else. But for the common person, MP4 will get the job done each time. And moving on from that, I personally keep my audio track at 1. I don't feel that I need to do anything more with that, but play around with it if you think you need it, otherwise you should be fine with 1. Moving on to the encoder, another important part, if you do have an NVIDIA graphics card in your computer like a GTX 960, a 1070, or really anything like that, go ahead and pick the NVIDIA encoder H.264 option. You can also use the X.264 option, but for this video I'm going to be using the NVIDIA encoder. And on the chance that you do have an AMD graphics card instead of an NVIDIA one, then you should have an option in this list that says something like AMD or Radeon or something like that, so just go ahead and pick that yourself. But realistically speaking, it should automatically pop up no matter what you have in your PC.